Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Live wire. We're live. Let's get the day started. Stipe versus DC, the super fight.
Better plan than we have. And this week they asked me fight with 5 different guys. I say I'm tired about this. If you can bring King Kong and he can make 155, let's go. I come here for make history.
UFC light heavyweight champion versus a UFC heavyweight champion. Obviously, they're going to be fighting at heavyweight due to DC's lost performance and his hell of a weight cut. I don't see the UFC putting this up in any other weight class other than heavyweight. Why? Just the reason I mentioned, and the fact that DC has never been beaten at heavyweight. Yes, he's lost to John Jones twice, but he's never lost at heavyweight. He's actually undefeated at heavyweight, and it will be interesting to see how Stipe assimilates to fighting a wrestler who has a higher wrestling pedigree than he does.
Better plan than we have. And this week they asked me fight with 5 different guys. I say I'm tired about this. If you can bring King Kong and he can make 155, let's go. I come here for make history.
We also how John Jones assimilated to that. He did that perfectly, but we've never seen Stipe take on an out and out wrestler who has a higher wrestling pedigree than he does. And on top of that, you have to remember who DC trains with. DC trains with Cain Velasquez, training partners for years now, and clearly he'll have some sort of cardio advantage as opposed to Stipe. Why do I say that? Again, he trains with Cain. Cain is a cardio monster. He just keeps going. Um, DC, DC along with Cain have a very high wrestling pedigree. Stipe, on the other hand, judging by his last fight against Francis, he has cardio, he has power, he has wrestling, all of that. It's just he has to turn that up 3 levels higher against
Japanese guard.
Who did you say?
Pride rules.
Paid rules. Pride rules.
Pride.
You're,
Pride rules.
you're killing me over there, Braveheart.
against DC, man. I don't see any other way. There's no other way for him to win unless he turns his cardio up, he turns his wrestling up, his submission defense, his everything. If he turns that all the way up, then he might have an equal footing in that fight against DC, and we might see those two men go to war. If he doesn't, and he comes into that fight the exact same way he came in against Francis, I don't think that will. I don't think that will bode well for Stipe. Why? We all saw what Daniel Cormier did to Volkan Ozdemir. And he just imposes wrestling on him. And if Daniel Cormier can somehow do that to Stipe, right? Not even for a submission, just throughout the fight, constantly give him pressure, wrestling side, then the actual stand up, Stipe isn't gonna win that, right? On the other hand, we could also switch up and say, has Daniel ever faced somebody as knockout orientated as Stipe? Meaning, has he ever faced somebody as strong as Stipe? Some might argue yes. I might argue no. I know certain people will bring up his fight against Bigfoot, but Bigfoot back then was on TRT. They were fighting in Strikeforce. Daniel Cormier won that fight, but he was on TRT back then. And I don't know. I don't think Bigfoot is as strong as DC. I mean, as strong as Stipe. Never mind strength. Obviously, Bigfoot isn't as talented a fighter as Stipe. But this will be a very interesting fight, man. It's just as interesting as Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. Only difference is I don't think neither of these guys are gonna drop out because of an injury or. I really think this fight's gonna happen. Don't ask me why, just a gut feeling. And if John Jones manages to come back by the beginning of next year or end of this year, obviously he's gonna fight the winner of that, if not the winner of the Brock match. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.